Morning, everyone. Morning. I hope everyone is well today on this sunny, but maybe a little chilly Monday morning. Spain are the World Cup winners. We move on after the weeks of theatre in the USA, as you would call it. I saw there was a few people in the WhatsApp group last night, I've got to be honest with you, and they're like, what is going on here before the game? Half time, all that biz, and I'm like, I haven't even watched it. I can't be doing with it, you know. And I said to Nige, and big up to Nige for sending everyone over. I said to Nige yesterday, I thought it was either going to be like one of them games that it'd just be end to end, like having a go at each other, like Yamal and Messi. Currently, probably the best two players in the world as such. But it didn't work out like that, and it was a bit of a dirty game. Argentina just doing everything to stop Spain. I watched about the last 20 minutes and the extra time with the Danalist last night, and mate, it's just I'm glad Spain won it. If England weren't going to win it, and it just shows you how negative we was in that game against Argentina. And I don't know, it was like the third place player was like a Carlos kickabout, if you want. Players had so much room, it was unbelievable. But, you know, just maybe a little bit of that. If we'd have done that against Argentina when we was 1-0 up, we might be in a different situation now. But listen, England's done. Tottenham is focused and on the radar. Lots to talk about. There's always going to be lots to talk about at Spurs. Always, you know, even when we're talking about players coming in, we're not all going to agree. You know, for instance, I don't know, Savio, right? You know, we've been after him for a long time. Everyone does, right? He was whatever, 70 odd billion quid back in when it all first started. Now Man City are haggling for the best part of 60 million, whatever it is, 65 million still now. Right? I might like him for argument's sake. Let's say the Sheriff don't like him. It's one of them. We won't know until he comes in. But surely what I will say is, if you watch Savio and then you watch a Matisse Tell, surely Savio's got that bit of something about him that, as me and the Sheriff always say, we miss a seat clicker at Tottenham. I think Kudos could be that as well. I really do, because I think with a fit Kudos and without three people marking him all the time, you're going to see a different player, an absolutely different player. And I think for me, if Savinho came in, you would get that on the left-hand side. Listen, I'll be the first to agree with everyone. The goals and the assists that come from both of those two players at the moment is not good enough. But what is it to say that it's not going to work? We don't know, because we haven't seen it. You know, if Savio didn't sign and they got someone else in, again, just thinking Rashford. Let's say they went and got Rashford. Right, I made him an offer he couldn't turn down, and he goes, "Yeah, all right then, I'm coming in." Do you want a player like Rashford who can be a bit of a sulker? Because he can. Let's don't get me wrong, fantastic player, England international, right? But when things are not going right for him, or where he's getting kicked about, yeah, he don't like it, and he sulks. Rafael, fantastic player on his day. Unplayable. But how often is his day? And this is what we're looking for at Tottenham, and this is why it's so difficult to pinpoint a centre forward, because there's not many of them out there. It's so difficult to pinpoint that left winger, and that's without talking about backups, or I hate to use that word, competition for their places. You know, and we're getting to that point now that They've sorted the back out. You can have the conjecture about the goalkeeper. Some think we should be going for a more experienced goalkeeper. Others think, do you know what? If it weren't for Kinski, perhaps we wouldn't even be here in the Premier League now. So, like I say, this channel is all about everyone's different opinions, as you all know. Yeah. And I don't think we'll all be aligned until that day we either go and win the Premier League, we go and win something big, or we prove that most seasons we can go and win something with the squad that the manager's building. So we keep on screaming about, and we have done for a while, let's get a manager in that you really want, that we're happy with, or generally happy with. And again, not everyone is 100% behind it, but let's then back him. And then worst ways, at least you can say, well, he had the dough. Everyone kept, we couldn't get the right DOF in. So we did whatever we were doing. Maybe that comes later. Who knows? But he's getting the play, or it seems to be that now, especially with the two big signings and maybe another one in Savio very shortly, that maybe he's asking for these players. Again, Savio was mentioned before RDZ came along. Andy Robertson before RDZ came along. We showed interest in these players. So are some of them club signings? Very possibly. Very possibly. Right? Are some of them the manager signings? Yes. I would definitely say that the two big expenditures so far are his. Whether you want to say Savio is or not, perhaps he sees something in Savio. I see something in Savio. I could be wrong, right? I'm not never 100% right. I just like the way that Savio plays football. He's got that bit of something about him, and again, I think you could see that from Kudos as well. I really do. But so much of it depends on the centre forward that comes in. We're hearing lots of stuff that Roberto De Zerbi quite like Solanke. Right? I'm telling you now, Solanke, even with Savinio and Kudos as his wiggers, ain't getting 20 goals. It's not happening. One, he can't stay fit long enough. And two, he's never in the box. Richarlison, he's what we would call a moments player. He has a run. He maybe have a little run of form where he'll hit a few goals in a few games. But that's no good for us at the moment. We need to try and get to a point where that goal scorers are scoring goals regularly. And it might not be of Harry Kane proportions, but I think whoever the front three are, they've all got a chip in. Whoever the 10 is, he's got a chip in. The 8's got a chip in. The DM will score a couple of goals. Defenders will score you goals. But we need to get back to having a centre forward that's banging that ball in the net regular. And for me, like I say, these two wingers, if they're our wingers, I'm like, just get the right centre forward in then. Where the Krupi thing, right? Now, I don't know what you guys think. I think is he, 19? Right? 19, 20, whatever it is, right? Still a relatively young player. Yes, he's had a year in the Premier League at Bournemouth. Yes, he did very well in his first season. But let's look at it from the other side as well. How much pressure does that put on that 19-year-old kid to come into a Tottenham team and go and deliver those 20 goals and 5 or 6 assists, or 18 goals and 10 assists? It's going to be really difficult for that player. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm not saying he can't, but the striker market is very thin at the moment unless you're going to pay the dough out. There's no doubt about it. If the type of player that Spurs are looking to get now, which is looking something between, I don't know, 24 and 28, something like that, 29 maybe. They're looking for that more experienced player. Yeah. If you want to sign a big old goal scorer that's gonna do you the job, what type of goal scorer is it? I can't believe that this geezer's entered the studio. I thought he was at work. He's trying to come in. I'm going to let him in now. Here he is. The sheriff is in town. I thought you was at work, sir. What happened?
So did I, mate. Allegedly, I'm on nights.
Oh, dear.
And they never told me.
Oh.
So Joe Muggins gets his arse out of bed 4:30 this morning. Turns up, and there's already 2 people there. Oh, you're on nights? Am I?
Thanks for letting me know.
Cheers then. So I'll be putting some hours down for this. So I got home, cut hours kit, and I thought I'd come and join you.
Why not indeed, Sheriff? Why not indeed? It looks like you're. I've got to say, I mean, my eyes are not great, but your eyes. That's better. There you go. He's opened it.
There you go.
The old. You've got like the old little peepholes, the old slits there going on, Sheriff.
In the snow. You know what I'm on about, in the snow.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Of course. We haven't got onto the AOs yet because I've been yapping away, Sheriff, for the last 15 minutes about England, and then we've moved on from that and sort of gone on to, World Cup's over now. It's all about Spurs now, and we're going to keep coming in every morning, reporting, getting people on, chatting about what's going on. And I was just saying, look, with the situation at the moment, they've done what they've done with the defence and the midfield. We know that there's no point doing what they've done and then not doing anything as far as left wing and centre forward's concerned, and even possibly the number 10 position. Yeah, because we know Maddison's coming back, but who knows? He could play 3 games and break down again. I'm not being
exactly.
It could happen, right? Mm-hmm. So they're the 3 positions for me now that we should be looking at. First of all, left wing, 10. Left wing, centre forward, 10. Preferably in that, get them in, right?
In that order, I would say.
Probably. Yeah. Even though centre forward is really, really important. I was just saying that there's players that are out there at centre forward, but if you want to go and buy a proper centre forward these days, it's going to cost you money and it's going to cost you wages.
Oh yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, it's going to cost big money. So if they go and do that, they've got to make the right decision, because otherwise you are going to be left with taking a gamble on players like Krupi.
Yes.
Right? Don't get me wrong. Looks a very good player. I'm not dissing him in any way, shape or form, but we're either going for, the real thing now, or we're going to go back to, or not so much back to, because he has done it for one season. Like I said, did well at Bournemouth last year for his first year in the Premier League. Could well come in and fly at Spurs. Yeah,
it's a gamble, though, isn't it?
A little bit of a gamble. Right?
A little bit, yeah. Well, you got to remember, Solanke did it for 1 year as well, mate.
There you go. I would say that Krupi's got age on his side in that argument, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Solanke's been to Chelsea, he's been to Liverpool, Bournemouth, Spurs, and wherever else in between, and he's managed a decent season at Bournemouth.
Once.
Right?
Yeah,
Again, Krupi, he's had a decent season at Bournemouth, but the lad's only 19. He ain't 26, 27.
Yeah.
Right? So, my thing is, Mark, and I'll say it again, if we're playing the game now, right, like Enoch say we are, you got the money, yeah, you go and persuade someone like you've persuaded a Tonali, like you've sold it to Fernandez and others, right? Go and play a blinder again, right? If you've got to spend the money to get what you need at centre forward, and bearing in mind, we're only talking about what I would say players that need to come into the first team here. We're not talking about building the squad out. This is just so the geezer's got a proper first 11 when all fit.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
It does help this year that we've only got one game a week.
Yes, agreed.
It does help because the squad doesn't necessarily have to be busting and overflowing because we've only got one game a week. There's no Europe to worry about. Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it is only one game a week. Apart from, I don't know, Carabao Cup will probably be a Wednesday or something, or whatever, because they don't do them on the weekends today. But
Tuesday or a Wednesday night normally at Carabao.
Yeah. But so there's no real need for a bloated squad, but we desperately need strikers and a left winger. We haven't had a left winger since Sonny left, and he wasn't even really a left winger.
Just before we go to the chat, Mark, I was on Danalist last night. I know you was obviously
I was
in bed wrapped up. I don't know if but anyway,
I didn't even watch the end of the football, mate. I didn't even watch the end of the football. Half time I went on.
You didn't miss much, mate, to be honest with you.
Well, no, it was justice for football, though, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree, mate. I agree. You throw me off course now. What was I going to say to you? Yeah. So it was on Danalist, and I've seen it in other chats as well. Now, what are your thoughts on if someone said to you, Rich is going, right? You get your 20 million or whatever it is for him, whoever it, you know what I mean, 15, 20 million, take the hit, gone, right? If I said to you, we bought in a left winger, we bought in a striker, and then I said to you, when I say a striker, I'm talking about a striker, a proper striker, right? Went and spent the dough on that. And then I said to you, Solanke's the number 2 striker, and Will Lancashire is your number 3 striker. What would you think about that?
Well, for a start, I think Will Lancashire would overtake Solanke and be the number 2 striker.
Fair play. Okay.
Because he's darn sight fitter than Solanke ever is. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's like I've said, you're not going to fix all our problems in one window.
I agree. Yeah.
It's going to be multiple windows. And so if that's what we got to sort of run with it, because, all right, we've gone out and we've spent some money already. We're nowhere near what we can spend because we've had some back, haven't we? I don't know what our outgoings is at the minute.
It's about 155, I think, Mark, something like that.
So we've still got another 250. So we still got another 250, 350 if we want to.
Plenty of money to spend, mate.
God.
According to PSR, plenty of money to spend.
Yeah.
Let's say that, because the next thing that's going to come out is that although we're this mighty club with this mighty stadium, we've got to make sure that we don't overcook, go too far the other way on the money spent.
Well, for God's sake,
you know what they're like, Mark, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. But I hope it don't happen. Sorry to be on that side of not being level on it, but it's just it's ingrained in me, unfortunately.
To be honest, we all believe this, mate, because of the 26 years of history we've had.
Mate, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Look, I hope, and I just say this in front of everyone, so I hope and I pray it continues.
Well, it's got to, mate. I mean,
I just do, and I don't mean just getting a left winger and a striker in this window. That'd be great, because I think that'll be 9 or 10 signings then. Right,
it's needed, mate.
Of course, I'm not. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying it's not. But if I'd have said to you before the window, listen, Mark, you know we virtually need a whole new 11, and you'd go to me, well, that's not happening in one window. Straight away, that'd be the first thing you said.
Well, and to be honest, if you'd have said to me before the window started, at the end of last season, look, do you know in the summer we're going to sign Fernandez and Buddy Tonali, and I'll just get out of it. And we're going to spend 80 on one and 90 on the other one, whatever it was. I've been like, nah, definitely not. We don't do that. We don't do that. We've never done that. Every other club, every other top 6 club that we're allegedly in amongst, they go out and they'll spend 90, 100 million. We've never done that. Never, ever done that. Like, our record transfer was slanky, wasn't it? What was he, 65?
Somewhere between around about 60, 62, I think was the add-ons.
In that ballpark. Like that. And in the space of a week, we smashed it twice.
Yeah.
And smashed the wage structure.
Yeah, agreed. But what I will say is, though, Mark, that if we're not going to go for a Krupi or someone like that, even though you're paying Bournemouth the money for the player, his wages probably won't be north of 200 grand. He's probably going to be on about 150, 170 grand a week. Don't get me wrong, still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes that's how Spurs do it, not to keep having to wait at that wage cap having to go up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So they'll do it that way, invest in a slightly younger player. If it's Krupi that comes in, it's Krupi that comes in, right? But for me, preferably, while we've got this dough to spend, right? If it means Savio's nearly in the bin and done, so you know that 65 million or whatever it is committed. Yeah. Again, whether people like it or not, whether it be him, whether it be Leao, whether it be Rashford, whether it be whoever, because if you go and get a Rashford, you're going to have to pay him 300 grand a week.
Yeah, but
because that's the dough he's on.
I wouldn't know. Personally, I wouldn't.
I'm just putting things out there, though. So that goes the other way because the transfer fee wouldn't be very high for Rashford.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to bring him in, he's on the wages.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us will know. I don't think none of us will be totally happy with whoever's bought in.
No.
On the left wing.
No.
Up front, unless they're going to go and get an Osimhen and bring him back from Turkey.
Or a certain other player that plays at Bayern Munich.
Listen, they're both going to command a lot of money. And you talk about wage cap smashing, that would, if either of those two, Osimhen or Kane, came to Spurs, or in Harry's case, came back to Spurs, you're looking at wages of not 275 a week, 375 a week, minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Because I still see the odd thing pop up on Facebook about Tottenham monitoring the Harry Kane situation and all that.
Well, we've got first dibs, haven't we?
Well, yeah. That was in his contract when he left.
Yeah, if he chooses to come back, I think is it 70-something million or early 80s, something like that. We get first dibs if we match that price.
Yeah, when he left,
agrees, then
Yeah, when he left, if he's going to leave Bayern Munich, whatever the sell-on price to the other club, if we match it, he's coming to us.
There you go.
Yeah, so
there you go. But wasn't that the same with Bell?
Mark, similar situation. It may have been. It probably was, to be honest. But to be honest, I mean, yes, I would love Harry Kane to come back. Of course, we all would. We all remember how great he was. And, well, what's he been gone now? 3 years? We're still waiting to buy. We're still waiting to buy half a replacement for him.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Because the two we got, you could blend them all. You could blend them both together, and they wouldn't be half of Harry Kane.
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
I mean, the one. as I said on yesterday morning show, the strikers we got at the moment are probably the worst I've ever known in my lifetime. They're not worth a fart, either of them.
I won't disagree with you, Mark.
No, I mean,
I
you look
can't.
at all the great strikers that me and you have witnessed in our lifetimes. Even Crooks and Archibald and people like that, fantastic players.
There's so many players, right?
Oh,
You can even go back to the days of, right, a lot of people didn't fancy Mark Falco. Do you remember Mark Falco
Yeah.
back in the day, Mark?
yeah,
Right. He was a big old lump, could head a
Yeah.
ball, wasn't the paciest fella in the world. Yeah. But if I said to you now, Falco, Solanke, or Richarlison, who are you going to pick?
well, Mark Falco. I remember him. Yeah.
Right. So if we're going there with, and this is, it doesn't upset me, upset's the wrong word, right? But when I look at Solanke and Richarlison,
I don't know, worth a fart, mate.
and I think back and so we're there with Solanke and Richarlison, right? But then we think back to some of the strikers that we've had, the Robbie Keanes, the Jermaine Defoes, and these are just before we talk about the Klinsmans and the Berbatovs and the Archibalds and the Crooks.
Sheringham's.
Sheringham. Look, there's so many, right?
Oh.
Listen, one thing I will say, and it'll upset people, right? But it's my opinion at the end of the day, right? The lines will be open in a minute. The link will go in. If you want to come on, right? But
Have you said
we're
loads
talking
of that
about Solanke and Richarlison here. Those players that you're talking about are up here.
Oh, at
and
least.
Some of them are even up here.
I remember,
Right?
mate. I remember being, when I was a kid growing up, supporting Tottenham, obviously. Tottenham were always known, great attack, bit shaky at the back. Always. We always had fantastic. Well, for a start, when we were growing up, we had the master in the middle, Mr. Hoddle. You know, I mean, but we were always known as that front-footed team. They got brilliant forwards, but the back's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
You know, the defense was never our strong point, was it? Ever the strong point? Not really. We always had fantastic wingers, midfielders, strikers. But it seems to have gone the other way now. I mean, we got like a couple of decent centre backs. Decent. I wouldn't put them out with the likes of Jan and Toby, but like they're sort of, the defence seems to be our best bit now, and the forward sort of midfield and forward sort of thinking in the team is like crap. It's crap, man. Some of the players that we grew up watching on TV, even in our 20s and that, we had like Klinsmann and people like that, and fantastic players. It seems that, to be honest, is that Krupi the answer? He could be. He could be, but it's almost like what we normally do, a wing and a prayer.
Listen, Mark, I've just got to say, I just jump in just to finish what I was saying. It might upset people, right? But like I said, we're talking about different levels.
There's levels.
Right? Us Tottenham fans, we've got to bring our standards up. Currently, of today, if anyone thinks that Solanke and Richarlison are the answer to Tottenham scoring lots more goals because we've got a couple of decent wingers in and a couple of decent midfielders in, it won't change. It seriously won't change.
Will they get a few more goals? Yes.
No doubt they will.
Will they be prolific and propel us up the table? I can't see it. I can't see it.
Probably not. So
yes, they'll score more goals because they're going to get more chances.
Absolutely. I'm going to whiz through a few hellos quick, Mark, and then.
Have you not done them yet?
No, I've stuck the link in the chat. If anyone wants to jump on, Mark, I'll let you in just while I'm whizzing through quick.
Yeah, we're half an hour behind.
Bear with me.
All right.
Morning to Pete. Hope you're well, Pete. Big up to
big
you.
up, Pete.
Big up to Logan. Hope you're well
Big
as
up,
well.
Logan.
Big up, Logan. Kate's in this morning. She says, "Good morning, handsome. Hope you are well. The weather is 13 degrees in Sheffield. Mostly sunny at 6:50 a.m. this morning. Big up to you, Kate.
Big up.
It's squeeze time, Sheriff, as usual.
Come on then.
So here we
I don't know
go.
why I do this with my shoulders. It's you that does that. I ain't
Well,
got bad shoulders.
Listen, Kate's been in this chat a very long time. She's a very special lady. She knows that. So big up to Kate. There you go, Kate. Little squeeze for you.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a great day, Kate. Big up to you. She always says,
I ain't sure the weather down here, mate. It's sunny, but the temperature's not come up. It's just got high pollen.
Yes. I've been out this morning. I dropped Lisa off because one of the lads was going in for a little operation at the hospital. So I dropped Lisa off down there at, was it 7 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock. And came back, just chilling, started watching Nigel's show. Lisa rings me at 8:30 and says, "Can you come pick me up? Because they've said to Louise, you can't stay here. He's having his op. We'll ring you when he's ready to come out." She's had to go back home again. So darted out quickly again at 8:30, 20 to 9, picked Lisa up and dived back here. And that's when started the show, basically, pretty much. So there you go. Big up to you, Kate, this morning. She also says, big up to Pete and big up to Logan and big up to Marianne. Dingo Yid is in. Morning to you. Don't want to be boring, he says, but it's my big 60 today. Big up to you, Dingo.
Yeah, big up. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed, Dingo. Happy birthday indeed to you. He says, my big 60 today, all supporting Spurs. Been difficult lately, but hopefully things are changing. Come on, you Spurs. Dingo, listen, mate, fingers crossed for us older generation, mate.
Yes.
And I know we've seen some trophies, don't get me wrong, right? I know we have, right? But before I'm not here anymore, right? And a lot of us elder people, let's get out there and win something. Let's get out there and frighten the Premier League.
Let's get out there and win the bloody league, mate. I've never seen it.
You know? So, listen, Dingo, hopefully, as long as we keep pushing for it and Enoch do what they say, we'll be all right. We'll be all right, Dingo. So, big up.
I'm going to go back to what I said yesterday morning. If Enoch want to, with our spending power now, there is no reason whatsoever that we cannot win the Premier League. I'm convinced of it. With the correct signings, obviously, but with the spending power that we now possess because of the cash machine that they built, there is no reason we cannot win the Premier League. And I demand that they do that. It's about showing the willingness to do it that they haven't in the 26 years that they've been here. When have they shown willingness to push on and win things? Never. Now we're in this position.
And they can't say that they never had the chance to do it.
No.
Because we could have won the league in 2 of those 3 years. Right?
Twice.
Could have. I'm not saying we would have. We could have. We could also have won the Champions League.
Exactly.
Right? With that little bit of investment to the squad.
Exactly.
But it never happened. Now, if you're not going to do it then, and you don't do it then, for people that have seen the whole of Enoch, from day one, you know then why people like myself have an outlook of being very sceptical about it. Because there was never a better time for Tottenham just to spend a few quid, right? And they didn't do it. Now they're talking about going and spending potentially over the next 3 or 4 years, $1 billion and more. A lot of money. Yeah. I've got my theory on why they're doing it. It appeases us. Yeah. And if we get up the league, start winning trophies, it makes the whole thing worth more money.
That is why they're doing it, mate.
So
yes, that is why they are doing it, mate. Yes, it will appease us. Yes, it will. I'm not denying that. Yes, if we go out and start winning the FA Cup, but yes, it will appease us. But let's face it, mate. We all know Enoch are in it for themselves. Nobody else. They don't care about us, as the song used to go.
they've put themselves in the position, Mark, at the end of the day,
Yes.
though. Yeah. And
Yes.
luckily for them, that there is a cash generator there now, so that they can dig themselves out of trouble. And if that's what they've got to do to make me feel like, yeah, they have changed, and yeah, they are selling the club, and yeah, fuck off, right?
Yes.
Then fine. Get as much as you can for it. Like I've always said, I ain't got no problem anyone earning whatever money they earn, whether it's from £1 to £1 billion. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Right? But in things like football, you've got to put some back in. Right? We've put it in and put it in badly. And now it's leading to having to break transfer records to get players in, having to sell a project properly to players, which we could have been and should have been doing years ago.
Prime Pochettino time was the ideal time, and they did the square root of jack shit.
There you go.
The square root of jack they did, and I will never, ever, ever forgive them for that.
We have to move on, Sheriff.
Yes,
mate. We do, mate. We do have to move on. We'll never forgive them. I understand that. I understand that. But in my lifetime, I don't want to go out of here thinking about what ifs and what this and what that. Right? They have now got the capability to, even if it's not bang, 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 to build something now.
I told you, mate.
Multiple seasons.
I told you yesterday, mate, if they want to, there's no reason whatsoever we cannot win the Premier League within the next 10 years. If they want to.
Yeah,
this is the big thing. They've got to want to do it.
Yeah,
not just get us in the top four and suck the top four money in and think, oh, wow, that's good enough, like they did with Poch. Push us on and get us over the line.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But it's if they really want to do it.
If they really want to do it, Mark.
And that's a big if.
Yeah, so we just have to be patient.
Yeah.
And listen, we don't.
Well, my patience with them is run very thin, mate.
Yes.
Well, in fact, it's at the breaking point, which is why me and you have been to so many protests.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like I say, we don't buy the players. We can only, as all the YouTubers do, give their opinions on why we would want him, why we don't, and whatever else. It's that's what it's all about on here.
But it pisses me off that they don't even show the ambition to do it.
Well, that's another conversation, isn't it? Let's be honest about it.
Especially in the prime
that's a show on its own.
Especially in the prime Poch time.
Yeah.
When we had the best squad, we had the best first 11, but we never had a deep enough squad. We could have won both of those leagues with ease. But they did.
Moving on.
Yes,
Dingo, happy birthday, my man.
Yeah, happy birthday, Dingo.
Big up to you.
Have a good day.
Morning to Drula. Hope you're well. Drula this morning. She's also wishing the Dingo man happy 60th. Big up to you. Mr. Payne's in. Morning to you, Lee. May the force be with you always,
and you too, my friend.
Come on, you Spurs.
And you too, mate.
Wembers is in. Big up Wembers, YouTube's member. He says, morning all. I wonder how much Cutie's transfer valuation has gone up after he totally blanked Trump in the post-game medal presentation.
Honestly, obviously I was in bed. I didn't watch none of it.
Obviously, Wembers, I don't give a toss, to be quite honest with you, whether he's gone up or not. Just sell him. Just get him gone, mate. He's injured now. 70th minute last night, went off injured. No doubt he won't have a full pre-season because he's hurt himself. Listen, don't be surprised if he don't go anywhere. That just because that'll be Tottenham all over.
Yeah, and don't be surprised that he's fully fit again for Argentina's next match. Just saying.
Wembers, thank you very much for the message. Big up to you. Big up to Lee. I hope Lee's well this morning. Big up to Lee. Morning to you, mate. Jimmy's in. Big up, Jimmy.
Big up, Jimmy.
Big up, Cookie in the chat. Good morning from a cloudy but warm northwest. I was out in my shorts this morning, Jim, and the old very few hairs that I've got on my legs stood up on end. I thought it was a bit chilly, to be fair, at 6:45 this morning.
Well, it's 21 here now, mate. 21.
Well, there you go. Yeah. God knows what it is here. I ain't got a Scooby. I've got nothing on my computer like that. You're way in front of me, mate. Having temperatures on your computer.
Well, it just pops up now and again.
Well, fair play. Big up, Jimmy. Morning to you. Tom's in. Morning to you, Tom. Hope you're well this morning.
Big up, Tom.
And the world under
my mate's in.
Is in, and he says, and this is obviously before you join, Sheriff.
Yes.
Sheriff's still in bed with Viv. She's got him tied up. Lucky Sheriff.
There you go.
What can we say? World under. Moving on. World under. Big up to you. Mr. Rodriguez is in the house. Big up to you.
Mr.
Tony,
Sweden,
hope you're well this morning. Daniel's in, I should say. Hello, he says. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? Big up to you. Man. Julia says smash the like. Absolutely. 90 of you in here right now. Smash that like button. Hit that sub button. If you haven't, we would really appreciate it. Big up to you all for being in this morning. Joe Beasley's in. Big up to Joe.
Big up, Joe. Morning.
And congratulations to Pedro Porro, World Cup winner. Sheriff.
Justice. Absolute justice. What we all saw, but I haven't watched the highlights, but I've sort of read things about it on, when I got up this morning, so I only watched the first half. But apparently the Argentinians was well into the dark arts, should we say.
Oh, listen, I didn't watch it, right? But apparently there was a bit of this and a bit of that going on last night. So
and everyone I've read on Facebook especially has said it was a justice for football. A justice for football that Spain won.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And football was the winner.
There you go. It is what it is, mate. Spain won it. So,
obviously, I was delighted with the outcome of the game, the result of the game. Not that I stayed up to watch it, because I didn't. I was delighted with it.
Sheriff, to be fair. I think a lot of people were.
You all know my feelings about them.
Well, yeah. We won't bring that up. It's gone now, Sheriff.
We won't go into that.
Julia says she thinks it might be the Sheriff that's tied up.
Well, there you go. We'll leave it there.
In there on the act. I see you, Drula. I see you, Drula.
Everyone's joining in now.
Yeah. Cyril's in this morning. Morning to you, Cyril. Thanks for being in. Really appreciate you, mate. Good morning to Cookie in the chat. Daniel says England-France game was great.
I don't know. I never watched none of that either.
Nor did I. But from what I've heard, it was a bit more like a testimonial sort of game. Listen, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we got done by the Arges because we had 7 defenders on the pitch, and tried to hold out for half an hour with 12% possession, but we can go and beat France 6-4.
What?
Make that make sense.
Which other World Cup games ended at 10 goals in them? It was always like 1-0, 2-1. There was a 3, wasn't there, in there? And I think someone beat someone 5 or something, but I might have dreamt that. But there weren't many high-scoring games, was there?
Not high scoring, no, there wasn't. Big up to Rodney. Hope you're well this morning, Rodders. Daniel said the Savio drama saga is dragging on. It most certainly is, mate. Listen, I'm one of these, Daniel. I think this has been done for ages, right?
Yeah.
This deal, right? And they've changed manager. Maresca's gone in. Perhaps he's having a look at the squad. He might fancy Savio. Who knows? And that might be what Man City's bargaining toys with Spurs, hoping they'll come in with another couple of million, another 5 million to get it over the line.
Well, so I heard, though, that it had more or less been agreed, but we were on the lookout for better.
And I was just coming to that, Sheriff. So I was just coming. Yeah, I was just going to say that, and you've said it exactly how that I see it.
Yeah.
Right. Whether Spurs do that or not, and they're keeping their options open, who knows? Right. But I think, as far as I know, the deal is pretty much done. Yeah. It's up to Maresca to say, yeah, you can have him, but they might have said, we've got to get someone else in.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what's been said. We can only assume. If he comes in, he comes in, Daniel. You know, like we said earlier, some people quite like him. Some people are like, well, what does he do different to Tell? For me, he's got a bit of swagger about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Tottenham player for me.
He's a seat clicker.
Really is, but
he's a seat clicker, isn't he?
Again, yeah, could be wrong. But I don't know. Big up to Flicks this morning. Hope you're well, Flicks. Flicks is on, I believe, this afternoon at 3:45. So if you haven't subscribed to Flicks, get over there, sub to him, hit the notification bell, and I think he comes on about 3:45, 3:50 this afternoon, and it'll give you the rundown of everything and anything that's happened or might be happening or whatever. So
and I hope the redirect worked yesterday, because it was very quickly done at the end of the show. So I sent them all over, didn't I? Flicks was live, wasn't he, when we finished yesterday?
Yes, he was.
And it was about a 20-second go mad on the computer and pray it worked.
That's it. Yeah. I think a few people went over anyway, Mark.
So, so it did work.
Yeah. Big up Flicks anyway this morning. Big up to you. Silly Singularity's in. Big up to you.
Big up.
Silly, hope you're well this morning. Big up to you, mate. William Webb's in. Big up, William. Can see us keeping Richie and Solanke and Lancashire as our forwards. Big up, Cookie. Oh, please, William. I hope not, mate.
No.
Honestly, I listen, we spoke about this with Mark when he first came on. Yeah. Lancashire, I ain't got a problem. Right?
No,
I've got a bit of a problem with
Lancashire
because I just don't think he's good enough.
But
if you said, right, we're getting a top centre forward.
Yeah.
And Solanke's going to be the number 2, and Lancashire will get a chance as well for a first window with everything else that's happened. If you get the left winger, obviously, and you get that striker, all right, I could put up with that. I could put up with that, right? Because Solanke proved for another season that when he's called upon, that he's not
useless.
worth a wank.
Yeah, he's useless. Right?
So how many more times can you go and keep giving players a chance?
Yeah.
If we're going to do stuff like they say we're going to do, you've got to cut it at a certain point and get better in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And whether that be through going and buying players that are renowned, that are quality, or whether that be through scouts actually doing their job properly and getting out there and looking for these players that are the diamonds in the rough. Because they are out there. You just got to find them.
Oh, of course they are. Well, Brighton, teams like Brighton do it regularly.
There you go.
They picked up many lumps of coal and turned it into a diamond.
There you go.
They normally flog them to Chelsea for like 70 million.
They're out there.
Yeah, they normally flog them to Chelsea for 70 million.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
60s and 50s and...
Big up, William. Anyway, big up to you. We'll see, mate. Morning to Nige. Big up to you.
Big
Thanks
up,
for the redirect, fella. Big up to you.
I was in bed.
Smash that like button. And,
I was having a snooze, Nige. I do apologise.
I apologise to Nige, mate. Big up to Pagey. Hope you're well this morning, Paige. Big up to you.
Big up.
The Clickmeister's in. Big up to Killer Clicks. He says, I don't understand how people are bigging up Savinho up. he's not exactly set the world alight. I just like him as a player killer personally. Yeah, I just think he's got that bit of something about him. I think if you put players of a certain capability around him that do their thing, and then they all understand what each other's thing is and put it all together, the likes of Savinio, the likes of Maddison, the likes of Simmons when he's fitter, the likes of Kudos, the likes of a proper number 9 up front. You get those 4 or 5 working properly as a unit, as a cohesive force going forward, we'll start seeing goals at Tottenham again. I've got no doubt about that. Right? Savinio, for me personally, he's just got that bit of something about him. Just something I like in a player. Just got that bit of, like Mark says, that bit of swagger.
He looks like a Tottenham
both feet. He's the sort of player that will get like a Kudos that will go past the player, and just for pure entertainment, he'll drag it back and then go past them again.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Just for the entertainment factor.
He looks like a Tottenham player to me.
That's a Tottenham player to me. Sometimes they just take the piss because they're that good.
Gazza used to do it regularly.
In moments of skill, I mean. You know? You remember back in the day, Ozzy Ardiles doing the old backflip over players' heads that are coming in to tackle him. Yeah. And the crowd go wild.
Well, he did that. He did that in Escape to Victory, didn't he?
Yes.
He did the little flick over his head.
Even earlier, and Killer, I don't know how old you are, right? Back in the 70s, we had a young lad, Scottish lad called Alfie Conn, right? That played for Spurs, right? I think it was either Leeds or Chelsea we were playing. I was only a kid, right? And all I remember is the attack got broken up. The ball was given to Alfie Conn and he started running with it, right? He got to the halfway line, stopped, sat on the ball, put his hand on his chin and started looking around the stadium. Got up, carried on. Now, that's what I call taking the piss.
Yeah.
Right? Proper taking the piss. That was going on back then. This fella and the Kudos, when he ain't got 3 men on him, right? They're going to be different players.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. And this is why I want to see a proper centre forward come in. Someone with a bit of movement. Someone that does goal hang, if you like. Right?
And
he does maybe do a lot of pressing when we haven't got the ball. But when we have got the ball, he's in the right places. Not necessarily all the time, because it's never all the time. But if you're in the right places the majority of the time, you know you're going to score goals.
And to be honest, another thing on top of that is someone who knows where the bloody goal is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's one of the damn things, because neither of the ones we got ain't got a Scooby where the bloody goal is.
And this is where it'll all over the next 8 weeks or 7 weeks, whatever it is, it'll work itself out. But just don't leave it to the last 3 days, Spurs. It's madness. Get it done. Get them in. Anyway, big up to you all so far. Binny Guy, big up to you. Why can't England play like them with £100 million plus players? Perhaps our players are not good enough, he says. Binny, perhaps they're not.
Yeah.
Perhaps we do. Perhaps we do expect too much of them. I don't know. But for me, they're meant to be the best that we can offer, right? And when the manager is making decisions like he did the other night against Argentina, and even decisions before that, as in part of the squad, and again, some will agree and some won't agree, right? But there's players that he could have took that maybe didn't have the best season in the Premier League, but with the touch of a ball, they can be game changers.
Yeah.
Your likes of your Fodens. A lot of people don't like him.
I'd have him at Tottenham yesterday.
He's won everything.
I'd have him at Tottenham.
Everything.
I'd have
on his day, he's a wonderful player, Mark. Right?
Yeah.
And if he was crap all season, but he put an England shirt on, yeah, and just done that bit of magic that scored that goal or whatever that was really important, everyone would say, oh, what a decision it was from Tuchel to take Foden. Listen, could have been Foden, could have been a Wharton. Yeah, there's loads of others. We're taking players like Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
He's had his time, right? I just don't get it, Mark. I don't get it.
Believe you me, I'd have Phil Foden at Tottenham yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, I'd have him.
No doubt whatsoever.
And to be honest, well, there was rumblings about it, but I am astonished we never went in for Grealish either. He's another prime Tottenham player.
We'll come on to another subject because there's been rumblings, Sheriff, and I don't know what you think about this, but there's been rumblings again about Morgan Gibbs-White.
This one. There you go. Big up to you, Stephen.
I didn't even read that. I've got to say, it was just what you said.
Yeah, well, it's only a few comments down, mate, from where you were.
There you go. So I do apologise, Stephen. I hadn't. It was off the bottom of my screen, and I hadn't read it and thought, oh, I'll bring that up. Listen, we heard about Bergvall. Yeah, maybe going the other way again. Spurs are doing. We want so much for this player now. The boot's on the other foot with Bergvall. Whether you think he's worth that sort of dough or not, I think it's crazy money. To be
was
quite
it like
honest,
50 million or 60 million
50
or
or 60 million quid they're talking about.
Jesus Christ, he's about what, 18 or something, 20 maybe.
Well, whatever he is, 19, 20, whatever he is, but he ain't 60 million. I'm sorry, not on all the evidence that we've seen. Yeah, again, they must be looking at, well, we can turn him into.
Yeah,
because
it's winging a prayer time again, isn't it?
There you go. So if you can get 60 million for Bergvall and you've got 46 million plus add-ons for Vuskovic, one of them's never played for the club in the Premier League, and the other one's turned out to be probably not anywhere near where you would have thought he would have been. Bearing in mind as well, 4 different managers, all that stuff. I get all that. I get it all. And finishing 17th, I get all that. Right? When I first saw him, I thought, this kid's got something about him.
Yeah, he's not really.
But he hasn't.
I think what it is, though, is when he was chucked into the midfield with Archie Gray, like 2 young'uns, and they had no experienced heads around them.
Yeah.
It's like sink or swim time, and unfortunately, I think he's sunk. You know, undoubtedly there's a player in there. Undoubtedly there is, but at the moment, I would say he needs experience, heads around him to sort of guide him through games. You know.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a player in there.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, Drew says the Sheriff's skiving again.
No, he bloody isn't. He got up at 4:30 this morning. And
there you go. Like, listen, I'm not getting it. Listen, they're piling in on you, Sheriff. Even the mods are in on you this morning. I've got to say.
I know.
You know.
I know. You don't realise how hard my life is.
Big up to you, Logan. Morning to you. The World Under says the dirty stop out has just got home from Viv's.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
You're encouraging him, Sheriff. You're encouraging him.
I know.
Come on. You can't say things that you know he's going to jump on you.
Now, hang on a minute. You remember he got me the other week. Was it last week he got me?
He did.
But it was. No, it wasn't last week. You were on holiday. It was the week before he got me. He got me.
Listen, I think this is going to be a long-running saga between the World Under and the Sheriff. There's no getting away from it, I'm afraid.
No. I've learned. I've refused to accept the bait.
Stephen says, morning, Sheriff. Looking bright and bushy-tailed.
No, he's bloody not. He's absolutely bloody exhausted. And I got to go to work tonight, apparently.
Well, you'll have to get your head down this afternoon, wouldn't you?
I'll just go to work and get my head down.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to set the brunch up before you go.
Of course.
The World Under says, he's been up all night Viv can't get enough.
I've run out of tablets now.
It's too much information for me. Oh dear. Head of Tarmac, he says. Should be head of Enoch in. Oh. Mario's in. Big up to Mario this morning.
Big up, Mario.
Mario. Big up to and here she is. Marianne's in. Big up to Marianne, YouTube member.
Original YouTube
member. Good morning, boys, and all in the chat. Hope you're all well. Congratulations to Pedro Porro and Spain.
I would like to express my congratulations to Spain, especially beating them. Just say them. But allegedly, so I read online, and that football was the winner.
So I've heard, Sheriff.
Yes, this is what I've read as well.
Yes. There's a lot of people were saying that, to be fair. Sully's in this morning. Big up, Sully. Morning, lads. Morning, Sully. First pre-season Wednesday against Milton Keynes Dons. And I can't flipping wait.
Well, on the way into work this morning, it was on the radio that it's 34 days until the Premier League starts.
There we go.
34 days. We have a month, basically.
Yes. Get them in. Get the players in. We don't want them in the third game of the season.
No.
When the window's shutting, we want them in.
So you have for round figures, you have 5 weeks to sort crap out. And I believe we leave one day this week to go to Australia and New Zealand on pre-season tour.
Well, it'll be after. Did Sully say it's this Wednesday? Yeah, be after.
Wednesday, well, a lot of them, because it's only going to be
be the youngsters, wasn't it, in the first game and all that? Yeah.
But I believe we are off to Australia and New Zealand. I believe we'd probably a stopping Korea on the way back. Well, we ain't got Sunny now, so maybe not Korea.
Big up to Phil COYS. Hope you're well, Phil.
Big up.
About time you came up for a chat as well, Phil. It's been a while. Hope you're well, mate. David Clarkson, he says, a few stats on the World Cup. I've read this, David. Make of it what you will. Argentina travelled less than any other country, played more night matches than anyone else. For an Argentinian to get booked, they have to commit 29.7 fouls. Yeah. Other teams were 5.4 fouls.
Well, there you go.
More than 5-1, nearly 6-1. The difference in everyone else's fouls to Argentina's.
There we go. I refuse to comment through fear of dropping myself in the pub, but there we go.
Good points, though, David. Thank you very much, sir.
For Argentina. That's all I've got to say.
Now Stephen comes in. He says, Croupy is a risk, which is why I believe Morgan Gibbs-White is the better option. Scored 15 last season and averages about 10 per season. Two different positions, though.
We need a striker.
I mean, Croupy can play deeper, don't get me wrong, in that sort of 10 role. But I think predominantly he's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah.
So if you said to me, Savio, Morgan Gibbs-White, and a centre forward.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably go, that'll
I'll
do, mate.
grand off for that.
You know what? Window's finished. That'll do. For now. Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing I have heard about Croupy, though, is he's not the biggest bloke, is he?
Apparently, he's like a Defoe type.
Yeah. Which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you need a big man up there to sort of hold on to it for him and play him in.
And Spurs will say they've got that in Solanke if they want to play that way.
Well, he's only fit for about 5 games a season.
That's another show again on its own mark.
You know, your best ability is availability.
Of course. Absolutely it is.
You know what I mean?
Michael's in. He says, what about Clivert? The Clivert that's at Bournemouth. Or was at Bournemouth. Or I don't know where he is now. Patrick Clivert's son.
Yes. I don't really know a lot about him, mate.
Scores a few goals, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's like he's proper buzzy, what I call buzzy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like all over the gaff. He's
To be honest,
a decent player, but
yeah.
I don't know.
To be honest, now we've got like more peas than birds eye. I just want us to go out and get someone recognised and proven. None of this wing and a prayer stuff anymore.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with
None
you.
of this buying someone and praying he comes good in a couple of years, like Graham Bergvall. You know,
We'll see, won't
it's just hopium. It's hopium again.
I get it, mate. I get it. David says the ref allowed Messi to take a free kick and score against Cape Verde when the keeper was still setting up his wall. VAR didn't go back to see the McAllister foul and allowed the Argentinian goal.
Vargentinian, let's get that right.
Vargentinian, yes.
Vargentinian.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's have a look. Yeah, who else is in? Stu Boy's in. Big up, Stu. Morning sunshines, he says, as usual.
Big up, Stu Boy.
Morning to you, Stu. I hope you're well this morning, mate. Ghost is in. I got told off for calling him Ghosted last night. Well, not told off, but you know what it's like when you call someone's name out for so long, it's just their name, isn't it?
It just gets ingrained in your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. But it's changed to Ghost.
Ghost, right.
Ghost.
Big up Ghost.
Big
the
up
proper
Ghost.
Ghost. The proper Ghost. I believe the other fake accounts have been eliminated.
Yes. But as our man says,
yeah. Always remind whenever I hear Ghost, I think of Rent a Ghost.
Yes. Yeah.
Great program.
Yeah. Ever since you start, no, I can't read that.
No, hang on a minute. I can't see where you are.
I can't read that out. I can't not in the evening. Well done. I'll read it out, but I can't read that out in the morning.
I've just read it. I found where you are on the chat, and I've just read it.
Yeah,
it is funny. It is funny.
It is funny, but I can't read that out.
No, it's not. This is the breakfast show.
Yeah. You know, you can throw a few F's in there and again, world under, but to read stuff like that out, we will probably get banned. So it is what it is. Surreal says, I wonder whether Enoch just got desperate to protect their asset or whether they plan to keep this up in future transfer windows.
Exactly. Would this come in? Well, this was like 45 minutes ago.
We probably answered this when Sheriff started, Surreal, to be fair.
Yeah, to be honest, it's obvious what they're doing, mate. They're bumping the value of the club up. Are we going to benefit? Let's hope we do, as fans.
Yeah.
But they're only looking after their own assets. They're only trying to bump the value of the club up so when they do flog it soon, hopefully,
they get max money.
They get the max money out of it.
Yeah.
Because if they just, with the way we're in at the minute, the value of the club must gone down, even though we did survive. But if we can get up, constantly getting the Champions League money back in, then the value of the club's going to skyrocket again.
Yeah, well, it should do. It should do.
Well, it's going to anyway. I don't see any reason it's not.
And the way inflation's going and all that, and all that sort of stuff. Spurs will go for big money, I've got no doubt, because they're not going to sell it short at the end of the day. They've got a figure in their head that they'll sell at.
As I've said,
whoever buys it, it's going to cost them, right? But everything's there. Sorry, Mark. Go on.
As I said on many shows before, now they've done what they've done. They've built the cash machine. They've done the training ground. All the infrastructure is there in the club. Now that the stadium's raking in what, $500 million a year in income? I believe that was no, it was more than that. When it was 600 odd or 700 odd million that comes in through.
It's a lot of money, Mark. Yeah.
It is bloody lot of money. When they're making that, I'm not saying they're making all that money, because obviously some of it's outgoings with the security and whatever else they got paid for. But when that stadium's raking in that sort of money, and you've had the years of building it and blah, 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 Now the business is raking you in millions a year. Why on earth would you sell it?
There is
I've
that,
said
Mark.
this for ages.
There is that. There is that.
Why on earth would you sell it? Now it's generating all that money.
Mark,
Unless they get bored and well, put it this way: for someone to buy out Enoch, they're going to have to offer them, say, the club's worth, for round figures, $4 billion.
Right.
If someone don't come in with 5.5 or 6, then why would they sell it? Why would they sell it?
Right. I think they're looking for somewhere between 5 and 6 billion quid.
Yeah.
And if they can get more, they will.
Well, of course they will.
Right. But you are right what you say. Why would they sell it? Right. You've always said that. Why would they sell it? Because it's just going to make money and money and money and money. There's no reason why
it's there for the next 100 years at least. Probably. Well, we won't see the back end of that stadium without a shadow of a doubt. But why would they sell it when it's raking in all the money it is now? Unless someone comes in with an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, it'll be a big money deal when it goes.
Which will be probably 1.5 times what the club's worth. If it's say worth 3.5, they will not even consider it unless someone offers them 5+.
Yeah.
5.25 probably.
Yeah.
I'm going on if it's worth 3.5.
Well, again, that's another subject. We can only wait and see.
Let's hope it's sooner rather than later.
But as long as they're spending the spondos and getting players in that better than what we've already got and that fit what the manager wants, then I'm having some of that.
Well, we got no complaints, have we?
Huh?
We got no complaints.
No.
If they're actually showing ambition, how long this ambition is going to last is 2 different stories. But as long as it's an ongoing thing and we see it every transfer window, we get a couple of, ready-made players come in that's going to improve us. There's nothing for us to really moan about, mate.
Yeah. I get it. No, look, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Let's have a look. Aussie Ange is in. Morning, Aussie Ange. I hope you're well, mate. This morning, big up to you. Lee Payne says Rashford or Krupi. It's a tough one. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think they've got a lot of searching to do and a lot of deciding what they're going to do, Lee.
I'm not sure who I'd pick out of both of them.
There's lots of names out there. Everyone will give you a reason why that player shouldn't be coming to Tottenham unless it's probably Harry Kane. And then there's even people out there that will say, well, he's too old now.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who you say. It's and again, I always say it's about opinions. I want to hear what people think.
Yeah.
What for you lot does solve our problems as far as left wing and striker are concerned.
Yeah.
Apparently, within reason, money is no object. Right? So if they want someone bad enough, they can go and offer the dough.
Yeah.
But it depends, like we said earlier, how far do you want to break that wage structure? Because all of a sudden, all those players that are on 150 grand are like, well, hang on a minute, he's on 400 grand.
What's going on here?
And that's where you can start, which I don't think it's nothing to do with anyone else, what anyone else earns, right? But they talk. They all talk.
Of course they do.
When they go to England, they all talk,
We've heard the stories of the England players sort of taking the piss out of the Tottenham. You're on that much?
Yeah.
Jesus. We've all heard them stories. But like that Rashford and Krupi, one's hopium, one's living on hopium, and the other one, he's got a bad attitude, allegedly. So you pick your poison, I'm afraid.
That's it. Argentina should be fined heavily for their behaviour, but as usual, they won't. Remember the 25,000 fine they were given last time? A drop in the ocean for them. There you go. Jane's in. Morning to you, Jane.
Morning, Jane.
Hope you're well, Jane.
The air conditioning's broken.
Oh, shit.
Get that in immediately.
Nasty.
Get that in immediately.
Click says Kane is staying at Bayern. Listen, he ain't going nowhere this year.
No.
Clicks. And he says stop with the Kane romance. Listen,
No, never.
don't be surprised if he
Never.
comes back at some stage.
Never.
If that's the missing piece of the jigsaw and everything else is working, but we're not putting the ball in the net, yeah, I would fully expect him to go and put an offer in that Bayern can't refuse and get this fella back to the club. We're supposed to be acting differently now. And none of us cannot admit that Kane currently is, if not the best, one of the best strikers in the world. And with everything else he brings to the game as well, he is one of the best. There's no doubt about it.
And can I say, Clicks?
It could happen one day. It could happen. And
I will say, Clicks, I will never stop with the Kane romance. Ever. I love the man. It's very difficult, but he's up there with one of the best players I've ever seen play for my club.
Yeah.
With what he does in the game.
Good point from Sully here. He says, follow the Savinio path. COYS to Girona. All these are feeder clubs and under City's multi-club ownership model. City have paid minimal for the player, and all of a sudden, he's worth 65 million and done zero. All fair points. It's all fact at the end of the day, that part of it. I don't know about the done zero bit, because he done all right at Girona. I get where you're saying, probably at Man City over the last couple of years, Sully.
Pep sort of froze him out, though, didn't he? He didn't play a lot.
But listen, is he better than what we've got? Hell yeah, he is for me, mate. He is for me.
Well, he ain't got much competition, is he, on the left wing? We've got Tell.
Yeah.
My God.
There you
go. You're better than Tell, mate, and you're 58 nearly.
Oh, listen.
I've seen your tackers, mate.
Don't you worry about that, mate. Don't you? The legs might not be there anymore, but you never lose it.
Believe you me, mate, I've seen your tackers. That's why I said you're better than Tell, because I've seen the tackers you got. in Savas Garden.
Do me a favour. Stephen's in, he says, Paradise should have faced a lengthy ban after last night's disgusting scene. Stephen, look, I was sort of half watching it, and sort of, if anything happened, I was sort of chirping in on Danilist last night. As soon as it finished, mate, I turned it off. I didn't even bother. What I don't know. Maybe you could tell me what happened, or someone in the chat can tell me, because I just turned it off. I didn't even watch it until 20 minutes to go, because in the WhatsApp group they were saying, "What a load of rubbish this is. We can see what's going on here," you know. And I didn't even bother to watch it. Whether that's a bad thing or not, I don't know. But like I say, I watched the last 20 minutes and the extra time, and after the final whistle, Stephen, I couldn't give a monkeys, because I don't want to get into the politics of it, mate. I really don't, not on here. So it is what it is, man, and let the people that are meant to be the authority decide on any punishment that they might receive. But all I will say is,
I suggest banning Argentina.
Don't hold your breath, mate. Don't hold your breath, mate.
But that'd be heaven to me if Argentina got banned. Ban them.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's only a joke. I don't mean that.
Surreal says Son, Kane and Bell was lethal under Jose.
Oh, yeah. That was the best. That was the best of Harry Kane. When Jose got him to drop a bit deeper and he started providing the assists and all that as well, him and Son were like psychic. They honestly were.
And this is after problem, Mark. They were so good that they're so difficult to replace.
Yeah.
You know, without, I don't think you'll ever. I'm sure at some stage in years to come there'll be a partnership at Spurs, and you go, "Wow, do you remember when Son and Kane were like this?" Do you know what I mean? And because we've had the strikers before, we can all go back. Like Mark said earlier, the Sheringham's, the Berbatovs, the Defoes,
Sheringham, one of the
teams, you know. with Adam, even going back to Klinsmann, it's fabulous players, but is what it is.
Sheringham and Klinsmann were one of the deadliest I've seen for us.
Yeah.
But they never set each other up like that. Not what Kane did, dropping in midfield and like being on the same wavelength for so almost psychic ability. Believe you me, Sheringham and Klinsmann were brilliant together. And even to this day, Jurgen says his best strike partner was Teddy.
There you go. And that's from a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
So, Lee says Gakpo for me on the left. Listen, I'll have a bit of Gakpo because he can play all across the front, Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a 9 so much, but he can play on the left, play on the right. He can even play in the 10. I wouldn't be sniffing my nose up at Cody Gakpo.
No,
to be quite honest with you, Lee. But again, that's just my opinion. If the player that's got there's something about him that I think Savinio's got, but at the same time, he can make things happen. He can assist. He can score goals. You'll ask Liverpool fans on a day when he's bad, he can be bad, right? But does the good outweigh the bad? Probably, yeah. Is it better than what we've got? Probably, yeah. Not even a probably, yeah.
No, definitely, yeah.
So
I was going to say probably.
You know what I mean? So listen, he's another option.
Yeah.
Ghosted says, I still can't believe people were saying we haven't won an international trophy since '66 because the players aren't patriotic enough. What a load of rubbish. Again, Ghosted, all I can say is it's just opinions, mate. It's just opinions, because if we was all the same, things wouldn't be worth debating.
It'd be a very boring world.
You've got what you think about it. I've got what I think about it. Mark probably has. I know who else you're referring to as well. Dan's got his views on it, right? I trust you. Talking not about Dan, but you know what I mean. Dan was the one that maybe said it. So, listen, everyone's got their own views. I respect everyone's views. I might not agree with them, some of them, right? But everyone is entitled to their opinion and their view as they see fit. And it is what it is, mate. And that's what we try to make this show about, everyone's opinion, because that's what's valid to us.
Well, yeah. And plus, we might actually learn something.
Of course.
If someone comes on and says something that you think, well, he's got a point now,
like I say, we all want to get to the same point.
Yeah.
Everyone's just got a different way of getting there.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Click says, you forgot Vincent Janssen. We most certainly did.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be mentioned within the great strikers we had.
Well, there you go.
You can add Rebrov into that as well.
Postiga. Hilda Postiga.
There you go.
Say no more.
I quite like Sergei Rebrov, though.
So, in Sully's opinion, right, give me a left-handed side player option that is different to what we have. Savinio is no better or just comparable to what we have.
Oh,
personally, again, Sully, I disagree.
Yeah,
but that's just me, right? And we're all different. I just see something in Savinio that if we can get that type of player at Girona, if you like, and people are, you're talking about 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm talking about 2 years ago, right? But it's there to be bought out of in him again.
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm saying. You don't just lose it. And you don't. And some people say, well, he never had it. Perhaps it's because he's not certain people's type of player. They're not looking at what I might be looking for. A bit of something, that quick 1-2, that totally deceiving a defender. That, like Mark says, that bloke that when he gets the ball, you think something's happening here. Yeah. And you'll hear the seats go when everyone
the seat clicker, man.
That type of thing. And I think he could be that type of player for Spurs. And again, I'll say it, kudos when he come in. I was so excited. I nearly wet my panties when Kudos was coming in, right? Because we didn't see anywhere near the best of Kudos last
Yeah,
year.
we had 3 players on him most of the time because we
Right.
had nothing on the left.
When we're a proper force going forward, right, next season hopefully, and you get to see Kudos attacking, Savinho attacking, and hopefully a proper number 9 up front attacking, right, and making these defenders, turning them inside out, right.
Mhm.
That's what we want to see down at Spurs.
And
right?
then turning them inside out again.
Yeah, and then knocking that ball in for
Then knocking
whoever's
the ball
there
in.
to go bang 1-0.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we all want to see. I think
Because-
so. Anyway, I think
because
first we
let's-
want to see winning football, but then on top of the winning football, a bit of swagger down the lane again. That's just me. That's just me.
Well,
Get a click. Soldado. Yeah,
Mate, this is what we grew up with. Swagger down the lane. Well, it was always swagger when you went to that old ground.
Yep. Just it was what it was. There you
knew whether we won, lost, or whatever when you went, you were going to be entertained.
Yeah.
With the forward options that we've always had to put on a show for you. You know, over the years, the players that we've seen, the seat clickers, Hoddle, Ginola, Gareth Bell, Gaza. There's 4 there. That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure you can mention some more.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Ardiles.
There's so many. There's so many over the years.
The list is endless, nearly. The seat clickers.
The clicker himself, Killer. He said, "What about Raziak?"
Well, yeah.
and is kidding me. Dexter, he says, "Look, you're getting Lukaku. Accept it."
Tottenham's biggest fan is in.
There you
Big
go.
up to you.
Up, Dexter. Hope you're well. I'd say comparable, Killer. I'd say comparable. I'd say these are just as bad, mate, to be fair. As people like Raziak and now Soldado, turned out.
Well, hang on a minute. I will defend. I believe it was Soldado that always played in a 2.
Yeah, he did.
In Spain. And we brought him in as a lone striker and wonder why he did next to jack shit. Yeah. You know, honestly, Solanke and Richie are probably the worst 2 I've ever seen. Well, they've never played together. Have they been on the field at the same time? Because one's normally injured and the other one's barely fit.
Not very often. Wemba says Bilko, the great Mark Falco, was great for us. Scored some big goals, including knocking Bayern Munich out of Europe one year. Go on, Bilko. Yes. In you go, my son. Stephen says Gregor Raziak, the Polish Kane. Dear, oh dear. Short memories, us Spurs fans. It's when you get to our age.
Well, Killer, when you get to our age, you've got no memory.
He's not wrong, mate. He's not wrong.
Or hardly any.
You remember the big highlights. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There is other stuff you remember, but just to think about the old days, Killer, go back in the 80s, the 81, 82, 84, all that. You know, we were so privileged as youngsters to see that at Spurs, especially how it's worked out over the last 26 years. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and this is why I'm just so I am skeptical, but I so want them to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for, you know, let's have
just for me.
Go. Let's have a right go and frighten a few people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got everything, like Mark says, everything's there.
Yeah.
All we need is the team on the pitch now.
Yeah.
You know, and
we'll put this way, mate. You just mentioned 81, 84 and all that.
Yeah.
I'd even go end of the 80s when Gaza come in.
Yeah, I get all that. Yeah.
What a player. What a player.
Yeah, I get that. I was talking more as like the trophies we won, Mark.
Oh,
3 and
the
4 years
trophies.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
especially after coming back up from relegation and,
And
all that stuff. Jimmy, listen, I like this kid, right?
Yeah.
And I do. He is a proper footballer. The problem is, I think, with it, is that before the money was being spoke about, if you remember, there was conversations on this channel and on others about, well, we've finished 17th twice. What sort of player are we going to attract?
Anybody we
Europe
bloody
next
like.
year. Is what?
Anybody we bloody like with the amount of money.
Yeah, yes. But the
Yes.
conversation was before the money talk.
Yes.
Was, well, who are we going to get when we finish it? Now, I know the situation has changed. Don't get me wrong, right? But I still think there's a limit to how much they can sell Spurs to bring players in, if that makes sense, to sell the project.
Yeah.
Right? Some players just don't want to do the project. They want to walk into a team that's in the Champions League,
winning
go
already.
and win it.
Yeah.
At some stage while they're on contract at their club. Yeah. Would I have a Barcola at Spurs? Of course I bloody would. Right? But is he going to come realistically? Realistically, is he going to leave PSG to come to Spurs unless you absolutely offer the world to him? Probably not.
No.
And that's why I don't mention players like a Barcola, because for me, he's one of them kids that could have everything.
They're probably, unless we offer him stupid money, he is out of reach. Like Gabriel saying. He is probably. Well, I'm just going to go, hang on, what's this here? Depends how far you want to go back. We
have had good strikers. There's no doubt about it, and that's what we're saying. For me, Richie and Solanke are nowhere near some of the strikers we've had in the past.
No, nowhere near.
And I think a lot of fans are just accepting of, well, that's who we've got.
Yeah.
And no, it's not. They need to go. But the chances are Richarlison may go. Yeah, and we're talking about may go. Listen, he's got to go, right, to get another one in. We're going to have to probably bite the bullet on Solanke for another season, right? Is he good enough? No, he's not.
Nowhere near.
Right. You just can't compare Solanke and Richarlison to some of these players we've had in the past that have played up front.
None of them. I'd go as far as to say none of them. All right, they may be a bit better.
We want to go back, but you've mentioned, or someone mentioned Raziak, someone mentioned Soldado. You're always going to get duds.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these two are duds, and we paid a lot of money for them.
But you've got to think, when we had some of these players, like, I'm not sure who was in the team when Soldado was there. I bet there was someone that was like real sensible in midfield and stuff like that. We still had a seat clicker.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I can't.
You know, but
like, to say that quickly.
To say that we've not always had good strikers over the past, well, take Son and Kane out of it. Before that, we might have had a few. All right, since Enoch had been here, that might have been the case. But before Enoch, we always had top strikers.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Dexter says Tonali is very limited, and Fernandez been relegated twice consecutively. I think the best person to ask on Tonali, right? Because I think Danny watches a lot of whatever you think of his opinions. I've got no idea, right? But I know he's seen a lot of Tonali when he was at AC Milan. Obviously, he's kept an eye on him at Newcastle because he was in the Italian league. I think maybe Danny thinks that we need to use him slightly differently to get the best out of him.
Yeah.
As far as limited's concerned, I don't think any €100 million player is limited, Dexter, to be fair, because what are we doing paying 100 million if he is? Do you know what I mean? This is meant to be the fella that's going to, you know, be putting these passes through, slipping these passes through, you know, some of this magician stuff that we haven't been seeing at Spurs.
This is one that's meant to revitalise our midfield.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
There we go. Ghosted says, anyone who wants Richie and Solanke obviously enjoys getting beat by Chelsea and Arsenal. There's something else that needs to change. Absolutely, it does. Yeah, happy birthday, Adino. Absolutely, 60 a day.
Big up, mate.
Big up to Dingo Yid. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Big up to Danny as well. The Stoic, he says, Richie and Solanke, with all our money, we could not do a buy one, get one free deal with someone. Who knows? Stoic, who knows? What's happening to this Mason Melia kid? Is he going to be on the? He's supposed to be, you know, the next big thing? I haven't heard anything. I've heard people talking about Will Lancashire staying at Spurs as maybe a striker behind Solanke if he stays and whoever comes in. Don't know what you people think of that. DJ's in.
Big up.
Buenos dias, senores, or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll be mostly eating tapas.
So we all should.
There you go.
And maybe drinking a Strela.
TTID's in. Big up to you. Danny K says, and happy birthday, Sheriff. It's always your fault, but happy birthday, Sheriff.
Bit early, mate. But no, you're not doing to me what you're doing to Mr. Daigle. I believe you got told off. Constantly going on about Mr. Daigle's birthday. It's certainly not mine. If I could find my driving license, I would. I don't know where it is. Sheriff. You know mine's in October.
I know when yours is. Yeah, I do.
And yours is a couple of weeks, or even this week.
11 days. 11 days.
Well, a week and a bit then. Yes.
Yeah, it's on a Friday week.
I know it's yours soon.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely yours soon. So
I know your cards in the post, Sheriff. I don't get many nowadays.
Of course, mate. I've got to go down co-op in a minute.
Loads of messages in here for Dingo.
Who on earth bothers with birthday cards at this day? I
don't know, mate. I know.
I just get text messages on it.
There's loads of happy birthdays to Dingo. Big up you lot for wishing Dingo happy birthday. TTID's in. He says, look out. We're getting relegated as we've got Fernandez in the team. What a load of bollocks.
Well, I guarantee Dexter one thing is we're not finishing 17th this year.
Well, if we do, we've got serious issues, mate, going on.
Well, if we do, I'll do some hot chip thing on here or something, eat one of them things, blows your ears off.
Oh, there you go, people. Clip it. Clip it, people. He's saying he'll do one of them hot chicken dip things where it blows.
No, whatever they are, that hot chip thing you get in a packet.
Oh, yeah, hot crisps or something, is it?
You'd probably kill me.
I know. There you go. There you go from Dittler. Cheers, everyone, he says.
Yeah,
absolutely. Big part of the community, my mate. And like I say, big up to you and happy birthday, mate.
And as Mark used to say, but he hasn't said it since he's been back, have your best day.
Have your best day. Absolutely. Make every day your best day.
Yeah, of course. Here we go. And I agree with the next comment underneath that.
Go on, then.
On it.
Under Poch, we were on the verge of greatness. With proper backing, we would have had at least one, probably 2 league titles.
Yep.
And a couple of domestic cups. Razzle's in. Big up to Razzle. Cyril says, has anyone got 5 billion spare down the sofa? I have my theories, surreal, on what's going to happen at Tottenham. You'll all laugh. You'll all laugh. I think at some stage, the Newcastle owners will buy Spurs.
Yeah.
I think they'll get out of Newcastle, right? They'll come into Spurs knowing that they can spend pretty much what they like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what will happen. I think that's what will happen.
I've got a feeling, because let's face it, Newcastle basically have been obliterated this year because they can't buy anybody because of the PSR and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When they bought Newcastle, hardly any of that existed.
Yeah.
So they come in, basically they're a country, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
The ones that own Newcastle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've got more peas than Bird's Eye and any of the other pea manufacturers you want to add into it. They've got more money than anything else. And so the ideal club for them to buy would be us. And because they're so limited with all the rules these days, they've had to sell half their team so they could go out and make. And you notice the people they've signed are only like cheap ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're only like cheapy-ish ones for them. So they can't go out and spend as much money as they want. I got a feeling that they'll get fed up with Newcastle, sell it, probably for a loss for what they paid for it, and they will buy Tottenham, because 6 billion or even 7 billion to them is a drop in the ocean. It's not even worth. They probably got that. They probably got it down the back of the sofa. I think they most definitely have got it down the back of the sofa.
Yeah.
Big old sofa, mine, but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get
6 billion to them is like peanuts.
Yeah. Daniel's come in. He says, real question, Cookie. Do you think paying £60 million for a guy who, let's be real, last good season was in Spain? Daniel, it's a lot of money, right? But one thing I can say is, right, and in all honesty, apart from £116 in 26 years, right, it ain't my money. I don't care what they spend, mate, to be honest with you. Now, a lot of people say, but Cookie, you're a Tottenham. Listen, that's what they've had out of me in 26 years, £116. So if in my case, if that means that it's my money, it's my money. But I'm not paying £2,000 a year for a season ticket. Is it their money? Yeah, it is their money, because they're paying it into the club. So I get that point of view. I don't give this club anything anymore, and I won't until they prove to me that they're serious.
No.
Right? So for me, 60 million, 80 million, Daniel, it don't matter to me. And I'm only being honest with you, mate. Right? I see something in the fella, yeah, whether it was 2 years ago or not. And I'm only being honest. Seriously, I'm being honest. If we can go and find someone that is better than Savinho, yeah, go and get him. Not
Bring him
you
in,
personally, Daniel, but I mean the club. Go and get him. And like I said earlier, we'll always have difference of opinions on players, and I will never fall out with anyone over, well, you rate him and he don't. And listen, everyone's different.
It's all opinions.
Right? Of course it is.
Opinions
right?
are like a certain body part.
Give us your names.
Yeah.
Give us your names, and then maybe I could then come back and say to you, well, I don't fancy him, Daniel, because, or you might give a name and I'll go, cool, you know what? He's bang on there.
Yeah.
Never thought of him. You know?
Opinions are like a certain body part. Everyone's got one.
That's correct. And also, Daniel, I think the money's just gone mad this summer.
Yeah.
It's just gone stupid, mate. Well, absolutely stupid.
To be honest, the money in football has gone crazy for the last few years. And you've got to blame the Premier League, because they've got all the Dewey, and the foreign clubs, like Italian teams that are basically all brass, or most of them are over there, they ain't got a pot to pee in. They know that the Premier League is where all the money is. So if you try and buy someone from Italy, they go, yeah, double that and add 30 immediately. You know what I mean? I blame the Premier League because the money in it is that crazy these days. Well, who was on the show and they said, look, it won't last forever because teams can't afford to do it. With all
that was
was it Danny? Was it?
It may well have been, yeah.
It was someone said that,
I vaguely remember that conversation.
It was the transfers aren't going to be as crazy because it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
You can't carry on insisting on like hundreds here and 80s here and for like basically bang average players.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. And just again, Daniel, I just think he's got a bit of something about him. It's just personal opinion, mate. That's all. But again, you know, I don't think there's a ready-made left winger out there that Spurs would go and buy. People mentioned Leao. He's very in and out. Like on his day, again, like I said earlier, wonderful player. Really is a wonderful player. But how often is he going to do it? Right? Yeah. Savinho, you could say the same thing. Yeah, he did it a couple of years ago at Girona, scored 9 or 10, assisted 9 or 10, but hasn't been the same since. Personally, again, I just think he's got a bit of something about him that's better than what we've got.
And personally, I think he didn't suit how Pep wanted to play.
There's another angle you can come at from it. Yeah, again, you think that you've seen that, and that's your opinion on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I said right at the beginning of the show, Daniel, we could name probably 20 left wingers and centre forwards. And we'd all disagree on something somewhere with each individual player that we say. That's realistic, if you know what I mean. So, mate, it's all opinion, and I want to hear it at the end of the day because I'm not afraid to give my opinion. You know, just because I think that, and you know, I'm getting some stick now about Savinho. I'll be quite honest with you. People are coming in there and say, Savinho, what do you want him for? But I won't back down from it. Personally, I think he's a very good player. I think with the right centre forward, he'll be all right. That's just me. That's just me. So, you know, like I say, everyone will have their opinions on it, and I respect everyone's opinions, Daniel. Yeah. You know what we're like on here, mate. You're in here enough, so it won't change, mate. But we're always open to, at the same time, people saying it how they see it. And like Mark says, sometimes you'll think there and you'll go, do you know what?
You've got a point there.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we're always open to it. Kate's not changed her opinion. See, she says, Lange, the wanker, out. Still totally agree with you, Kate.
Oh, yeah. Well, well, Tom I'm not sure if it's him though.
In what?
Doing the stuff that we've done. It's nothing to do with him, is it? It's the other bloke that come in.
He's got to take credit for bringing in players like Vuskovic and Bergvall. Now they're getting sold for the money they're getting sold for. It's a massive, you know, win on his part as far as that they might not be the players that the manager wants now, but respectively have been bought in for what, 15, 20 million pound between them, and are being sold on for 110 a couple of years later.
Well, yeah.
So
right, he's made
you say
that
to his flowers, if that's Lang that's done that deal, yeah, by bringing them in, yeah, and then RDZ coming in saying, I don't want them no more, yeah, you can sell them, and he's gone and got 110, 115 million for them. Fair play to the geezer. I've got to say, I've been the biggest criticiser of Lang since day one.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how I feel about him, but you've always said, Mark, when someone does something right, you've got to hold your hands up and say, do you know what?
You got to give him some flowers.
I'll give him a daffodil, right? Yeah, he's made the club the best part of 90 million quid.
Well, there you go.
Fair play to him on that.
But to be honest, I still blame him for bringing these players in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because it's sheer hopium. All right, we've sold them on for 110 million, but why should we have to wait for 5 years until they become good?
Yeah.
You know, it's not what we're about now.
I get it. Tom says, fix the front line before Savio. Savio's not a massive upgrade on Tell, and we still haven't got finishers. And this is what we were saying at the beginning of the show, Tom.
Completely agree.
Are they going to go and have it large and get a proper forward in? Yeah, and break the wage cap again, because that's what it's going to take to get a big name in. Sheriff's phone's probably ringing, or he's run to the loo. But listen, we have, again, Tom, we have our opinions. The club will do what they see fit. Let's hope they're listening to us, by the way, Tom. Do you know what I mean? And we'll see. Razzle says, last 2 seasons, Tell 6 goals, 2 assists. Savinio, 2 goals, 9 assists. Doku, 8 goals, 11 assists. Also, bear in mind, Savinio didn't play for most of last season.
Yeah, he was frozen out, wasn't he?
Yeah, fair points, Razzle there. Big up to you. Daniel says, opinion again, Ghost, I'll be real. I expect my winger to have decent end product for 60 mil, not a few good take-ons and a couple of fans off their seats. That's fair enough, Daniel. I'm just hoping to see that end product will be there for Tottenham this year with the players that are playing around him, playing a way that the manager wants to play. That I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me, my nose is running. Jesus. Happy birthday to Sheriff from Danny.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, here we go. The proof's here with the you can't, yeah.
You can't see it.
But it's
it says on there, where is it? Right under my finger.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it. It's, well, you 3rd of the 10th, 1970.
There you go. The proof's in the pudding, Danny.
There you go. I didn't even get my birth certificate out, but it's written on parchment.
Danny says, please wish the Sheriff happy birthday, everyone. He got his present from Viv last night. The DK is on the train with the world under and Drooler now getting stick from all angles. The Sheriff.
Yeah, this is you, Danny, that started this. I've just seen the following comment as well.
There we go. Many happy returns to the Sheriff.
No, 3rd of October is my birthday.
Razzle says, and he's joining on as well, he says, did Sheriff get gifted his yacht last night from Viv? Blessing the boat. Oh dear. Big up to you lot. Listen, I'm miles behind in the chat. We're still on 10:40 and I'm going to wrap up very shortly. Big up to Raymond. Raymond, hope you're well this morning. There's Casper, there's Jasper. That was your woo bit there. There you go. Big up, Raymond. I hope you're well, mate. Dean goes in. He says, it's breakfast time. He should have said, you slipped her a sock up. Yeah, and that as well. Happy days. We won't read that last bit out now. It's all coming in now. How does Viv like her eggs in the morning? She likes hers with a kiss. See, got the words as well there for you.
Bloody start as well.
Boiled or fried. I would say poached, Razzle.
I'll be honest, eggs is one of the things I will eat any way you can cook them. Bring them on.
Just make sure to let Viv know, Sheriff. I'm sure she'll deal with it.
Anyway, poached, fried, scrambled, even pickled.
There you go. Croupy all day. And there you go. C Coach has been in. He says, you can't press with Kane. Look what happened to England after that goal. That's what I mean. Everyone will have their different opinions.
Yeah, well, Kane's like Kane's like, what, 32 now? He's not going to be like a great out running about anymore, is he? But it's what else he does. And it wasn't Kane's fault last night. It was bloody Tooch or whatever his name is.
There you go. Storch is in. He says, in the ground, I'd like to see an inspiring banner quoting from the film The 300, which was give them nothing, but take from them everything. I like it, Storch.
Isn't that Enoch's slogan? I think that's their motto. It's probably in Latin. So convert that to Latin. That's probably Enoch's motto.
Big up to Lewis. Hope you're well. He says violence is tolerated for players, but not for fans. If that was England's behaviour, the whole of Europe would be calling for us to be banned. I don't think you're far wrong, mate. To be honest, Lewis. No. There you go.
Big up, Lewis. Big up, Ben. And Lewis, you're still doing YouTube, mate. I ain't seen you on your show for bloody months.
Well, he says he's in the process of buying Sheriff's Milk's Coffee 2.0 incoming.
So he's getting that Somerset. Exports are banned from Somerset now. I've put a stop to it. So all of my milk will be remaining in the local area. Because Ben's got older Somerset milk somehow.
There you go. Listen, Ben can get hold of anything he likes, mate.
Yeah, exactly. But I have pushed the local council for a ban on exports.
Whether it happens or not, you have to speak to Andy Byrne. There you go. We're going to wrap up shortly. I'm going to wrap up on this comment, actually, from the World Under. Big up to everyone who's been in here this morning, by the way. The chat's been wrapping again, as usual. Sorry I've got so far behind chatting and you know, but big up to you all for being in. And
that's probably because I interfered, mate, and come on.
Well, if we haven't said hello to anyone and you've come in later on, big hello to you all for being in this morning. Appreciate you. Listen, I know Mia's on now, Tottenham's Lone Wolf. I don't know.
Would you like me to...
Yes, by all means, I will chat for 2 minutes, Sheriff. You give me the word when you set it up. I'll just go through and see if there's anyone else. But I wanted to bring up this coffee. This coffee got me talking about Ben now. This comment.
You're going to have to read it out, mate. I can't even see it.
Yeah, I'll read it out. From the World Under. And he says, we talk about who should be on the left and on the right, etc. for Spurs. I assume you're talking about World Under. But the most important positional question is ignored. He says, I will ask it. What's Viv's favourite position? Sorry, mate. What can I do?
I can't even see the screen, mate.
Well, that's why I thought we'd finish on that one, Sheriff, just to see what your answer would be. You know, no answer.
One up front.
Sheriff. No,
one up front. That's all. One up front is the only answer I'm going to give. It does make me laugh, though.
There we go. Surreal says, naughty, naughty, very naughty. Sheriff, have you done it now? Have you sorted it?
Yes.
There you go. You will all be redirected over to Mia right now. Thanks, everyone, for being
Go and hit subscribe.
As usual.
Like and subscribe.
Listen, you don't get banter like this everywhere, by the way. The Sheriff taking both barrels.
Pelters, mate.
And a bit more this morning, to be fair. I've got no doubt the Sheriff will be back at some stage. He's on nights this week, so you never know. He might make it.
Depends when I get up in the mornings, mate. Depends what time I get home.
I know, Sheriff. I know, mate. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30. Why? The Sheriff may well be sleeping, but if he does wake up, I'm sure he'll jump on. Like and subscribe, people. We're still growing. Hit that like button, hype, comment.
We've got a couple today, I think, mate.
Subscribe. Listen, all of it. It's you lot that are getting us to where we are.
Yeah.
by being here.
Yeah.
If not
We've had
every
2 or
day,
3
most
today,
days.
mate. We've had
So-
2 or 3 today, unless they sneaked in last night and I didn't see.
There you go. There you go. Listen, big up to all of you. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep telling all your mates that the 2 marks are on every morning at 9:30 with a breakfast brunch. We'll see
And
you
that
all
hope
soon.
thing. And that hope thing, whatever that means.
Yeah, all right. The comment, everything, all what
Yeah.
you can do, all that stuff. Get over to Mia, stick in there, 2 marks raid, let her know, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning at 9:30. And as always, people, Sheriff's going to hit the button.
I am.
Say,
It's all ready, mate.
come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.